Not So Average podcast crew.
Yes.
Stick by us. Oh, there you go.
And that's how you show up like Batman.
Yay.
That's how you show up like Batman.
I'm glad you could join
That's
us
how you show
on
up
camera.
like Batman. What is the deal? Go ahead, continue. Yeah, Miss Yo-Yo, you still got the flow. Continue.
No, I'm just so happy to be here. There's so much going
There's
on.
a lot
you
of
guys.
stuff going
There's-
on, especially with my internet, AT&T. We gonna talk about it, okay? We got issues, AT&T. Me and you, we gonna duke it out.
There's so much to talk about. There's so much going on in the world.
That's
In this
true.
crazy world that
In
we're living
this
in today. These
wild
crazy,
world.
wild
This
times that we're living in today.
crazy-
And I just hope everybody is doing great.
Yo, real quick, man. Let's get into it. Number one, Miss Yo-Yo, you was watching the show, right?
Right.
And on the show, these dudes went on a guy's trip, if you will, right?
Oh, yeah.
So listen, what I got from this is that a lot of these dudes are not comfortable talking to their wives. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're more afraid of being honest, if you ask me, with their wives. I
Which
feel
is
like
crazy to me.
when okay, guys, so as you all know, if you don't already know me, okay, if you've been with us for a long time,
If
since
you've
the
been here
beginning,
if you've been here for a while,
if you've been here for a while, then you know. If you haven't been here for a while, then I'll let you know. Okay. I'll give you a little secret. Okay.
a little secret.
I enjoy watching reality TV. Yes, I know it's polluting my brain, my mind, but it's entertaining. I mean, so anywho's, I've been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, and this is what he means by the men being afraid to speak to their wives or not knowing how to speak to their wives because they all went on a guy's trip, and there's one single dude who just recently divorced his wife after like over I don't know what 20 years. I think I don't know. They've been together for a while.
I don't know.
But he's the single dude. He invited the married men to go on a trip to Atlanta. And because he was introducing his very own wine, he's doing a whole wine, and he wanted to do this, big thing. And so he ended up inviting just mainly women to taste the wine, and it was just them men. So, and they also went to a strip club. So,
Uh-oh.
obviously, when they got back home, the women
Mm-hmm.
had questions and, oh, where did you go? What did you do? Who was there? You know, it's going to come out on social media. You know, the cameras are following. You know, it's a show. So they're probably watching the show. So even if you wanted to lie or not say the truth, eventually it's going to come out because it's a show. It's a reality show. And they have the capability ability to
The
watch the show.
exactly.
But a lot of were kind of like tripping over their words or like just not saying
Um, you,
what
you
they
know,
did.
if I wanted well,
He like,
man,
shut
listen,
up.
I don't know about the rest of y'all. I would have came back home possibly like,
Yeah,
man,
like we hung out. He
yo,
rented
we
this
hung out.
mansion.
Yo, there was a lot of bitches
He
there.
had just women
There was a
because
yeah, excuse me. There was a lot of women there
he had just
because
women.
well, the women that were there, they look kind of thirsty.
Well, the thing about it is that statistics show that women drink more red wine.
And
So
that's
it
all
was
that
kind
that
of
was
like
there.
a control group to kind of give him feedback on the wine, which I mean, that's not to me, that's obviously as married men, but you should know how to conduct yourself as married man and everybody knows that they're married. So I mean,
Okay, so now I got a question for the fellas. Okay, I got a question for the fellas. Now, when it comes to the bro code, right, and
oh
everything that
no.
happens, right, where does it lie? Should the bro code always be
Sorry guys.
like upstanding? Like, I think the bro code to a certain degree should always be upheld at all costs. And I say at all costs because yo, you ever been caught up in your friend's bullshit? Right? You ever been caught up in your
Yeah.
friend's shit and you ever have friends sit here and be like, "Oh, well, it's
I was with so and so, and you could ask him, call him, and you have no
yo,
idea
I've
what's
I've
going on.
always been that, oh, just call him." And then, when you hang out long enough with somebody, their true nature comes out. And
Right.
I'm like, listen, I don't ever condone people stepping out on their mates. I don't condone people doing wild shit or nothing
But
like that. But I'm gonna keep my mouth closed
but
around your lady.
the thing about
But
it
I
too is
might tell JoJo.
the thing about it is since they're just a really tight group of friends and this
They're like
particular
coworkers,
this
coworkers.
particular person he broke the group, right? Cuz they got divorced. So it's kind of
Mm.
like he's kind of like now the outsider. So what I was going to say is that when you're such a close knit group of friends, married, single, whatever, like and you're doing things, it's hard for like the men tell their wives things and then the wives go back and tell each other things and that just gets messy. So I think even as a wife and your husband is telling you things, you should just keep that to yourself because if you go and tell the wife of the husband of your friends, like friend, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the husband's friend
if you
stuff
go
about his
back,
wife or
if
vice
if
versa,
you go back
you're just
being all
starting
chatty
shit. Like it
patty,
just starts shit. It's so freaking messy. So it's best to just keep that to yourself.
just keep it to
And a lot of
yourself.
these, they don't keep it to themselves. They go and they tell each other all this stuff, and then it gets misinterpreted because there's so many different versions of what was said and who said, she said what, and this and that. So it's just
That shit is
messy,
crazy.
messy, messy.
Yo,
But it's
well,
drama. It's
listen,
juicy.
and that's
It's
how they
tea.
keep them.
It's
That's
the
how they keep
tea.
them. Look at that.
We like that tea.
Listen, not me. You feel me? I like to read
Oh, shut up.
things, right? I like to
You're the first
read.
one to be like, yo, what happened?
Yo,
Tell me what
relax.
happened.
See, you're telling all my business now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're telling my business. How am I supposed to
You
survive
like
now?
that tea.
How am I supposed to
Don't
survive?
act like you don't like that tea.
I hear that. I like it a little bit, little bit,
Right,
little bit.
exactly.
Speaking of tea, listen, I got some wild ass news.
Uh-oh.
Yo, so first off, what happens if you find out that we're siblings or we're
What?
relatives? Like just per se. Just
Excuse me?
yeah, like
I'm done.
listen. Really? All them years? Man, that's messed
What?
up. You would just automatically just be like, yo, I'm out.
I'm out.
Why?
Because I just found out some crazy information
You
that I need
found
to.
out that the realest and the only one for you was in your bloodline.
Damn, that's so bad.
Well, a lesbian couple who share an uncanny resemblance, and they look exactly alike. They share an uncanny resemblance. Listen, they have fears that they might be sisters.
Oh no.
Now imagine that. Imagine you date somebody for a couple years and you're like, yo,
Nah,
we
chill.
really like kissing cousins.
That's like some Jerry Springer type Maury stuff.
Hey, don't knock it, man. They be having some real stories
For
sometimes.
real.
Shout out to Steve Wilco. Steve be having
Steve,
them joints. You
Steve,
hear me?
Steve.
Yo, for real, Steve. You feel me? Well, anyway, a lesbian couple who have obviously a very heavy resemblance have revealed that they may actually be half sisters, but they're still considering staying together, even if they are related. And it got to be some overseas shit. So their names are Carly and Mercedes, right?
Wow.
They're from Canada. Wow, so they're up north, eh? Right? Yeah, from up north, eh? With the bacon, eh? Right? Well, they've been dating for the past 2 years, and they have an OnlyFans account, and their OnlyFans account goes by "Not Your Average Sister."
What? Okay, so now they're trying to monetize on this, which I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
weird
Go ahead.
and kind of gross, but
Yep.
but that's what they're trying to do. So I mean,
Listen, if you want to
uh,
be nasty,
that's incest, and it's
that's how you
illegal
supposed
in most
to.
states, including U.S. and Canada.
Listen,
So
they shared and they discovered and they shared to TikTok, the TikTok world, that uh our dad, well, my dad fucked the same.
mom,
Yeah, so dad was clapping cheeks with both mamas.
damn.
So they said on their TikTok, when you find out 2 years into dating that your moms both slept with the same
Oh my
guy, they
gosh.
wrote in an on-screen text. You know how they be doing that shit on, and I hate that. Where it's like, when you find out I hate that. That should be
Yeah.
getting on my nerves. I
Yeah.
don't know why I despise it so much, but I'm telling you, it just like it kind of just gets to me. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear
It's the
me?
sound, it's the voice over that you can choose on TikTok,
Yeah, and that.
and that is kind of
Ugh.
one of the
Well,
one one of the annoying ones.
their shit got viewed over 6.9 million times, and they ask like most weird people, should we get a DNA test? Yes, you should. McNasties,
I
McNasties.
believe you should.
I think you should. I, we're scared. You scared not to be nasty?
Right.
You feel me? Is that what you're scared of? But then
That's
again,
pretty
like I
gross.
said, do you destroy the relationship if you find out you're half
Oh my
sisters?
goodness. Yeah.
Um, I don't. I think you're being incestuous. Is
Uh,
that is that a word?
no,
I
but
think that is a word.
they're being incestuous or whatever the heck is
Nah,
that word.
I think the word that I just came up with is a real word, and
I mean,
incestuous.
personally, obviously no, but if they
So,
can look over it,
mm-hmm,
overlook it, and
mm-hmm,
they're really in love and
mm-hmm.
truly like, but if they're like on some, this is weird, like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And that's
Yo,
something they got to work through
that's
because
messed up, man.
how do they explain that to people?
That listen, man, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. How you do that?
Damn, the world
And
is that small that they ended up, there's
listen,
something more to that
so
story.
my question once again to the people out there is, yo, really, if you was dating your whoever for a while, for a long
Your
time,
half brother or sister,
if you was dating your half brother
come
or
on, give it
sister
to
for
them
a
how
while,
it is.
are you going to continue to date that person? I would continue to date my cousin, sister, aunt, or whatever.
What?
I put the time in.
That's all right.
If you listen,
Time.
man, if you put the time in, okay,
Mm-mm.
you gonna have to understand that Yo, this love is real. And the only one that was here for you, the only one that really love you is in your bloodline, baby.
That's all right.
That's all I'm
There's plenty
saying,
of other
baby.
fish in the sea.
Man, but yeah, there's a lot of fish in the sea, but no fish is out there like me. And that's bars for you. And as I'm speaking bars, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew now on all streaming platforms.
Whoop, whoop.
Yo, we on Apple, right? We on uh Amazon, we're on
Yo, excuse
Pandora,
our connection. I don't know how it looks
we
on your
on
end, but
we on a lot of things. You feel me? Yo, that's what you get for having such a nice updated laptop, and you don't even got no ethercord net. You feel me? No ethernet connection. You feel me? See,
yeah,
that's what happens. That's what happens.
yeah.
Well, hey, listen, if you haven't already, make sure you go follow us on all social media, Not Your Average Podcast Crew on Instagram, the Not Your Average
No,
Podcast
not your
Crew
average podcast.
on Facebook, and everywhere else you can find us at the Not Your Average Podcast Crew on Twitter. You can find us at Not Your Average 3. So shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram right now as well. Shout out to my mustache. It's really
Oh my
matured.
God.
It's
Jeez.
it's really matured. It's really matured.
Mm-hmm.
Understand, when you're the only friend that doesn't have no facial hair, you tend to get excited for all wins you can get. You feel me?
I can see that.
For all wins you
It
can
looks
get.
good.
You know what? Thank you. And may the Lord bless and protect you.
Amen.
So the real question is, once again, would you sit there and continue to I would. I don't, you see, Miss Yo-Yo is all out for self. Like, nah, nigga, I'm gone.
Nah, I'm
I'm
good.
gone. You're my
It
half
was nice
brother.
knowing you.
I'm gone. So even
We could keep
see
in
now,
touch.
so now I got real questions of, even if your half brother and sister, is that still like some, well, you start getting them hills have eyes people?
Bro, yes.
Oh man. Yeah. I bet.
There's no way possible.
Listen, what I thought was no way possible, that Vince McMahon would ever step down
Mm-hmm.
as CEO of the WWE.
WWF.
You
Oh,
nasty
WWE.
Vince.
Sorry.
Wait, where the camera at? You nasty Vince. You nasty Vince. You're out here.
Damn.
You're out here touching women, okay? And that ain't right.
Damn,
That
this shit
ain't
is
right.
getting out of hand.
That ain't right. That
Seems
ain't
like
right.
it's a lot of people.
Listen, Vince McMahon has to step down, you guys, as the CEO and chairman of the WWE, because he was involved in a $3 million payout to an ex WWE staffer. Miss Yo-Yo, tell us a little bit about it. What my man get into, because you're nasty, Vince. You're nasty.
Yeah, there is a lawsuit right now. Basically, hold on, I'm sorry. I was getting stuck on something here. Okay. So yeah. So as he said, he has to step down as the chairman and CEO of WWE as the board continues to investigate this misconduct and allegations against him. Per the New York Times, an investigation conducted by the WWE board has uncovered a number of non-disclosure agreements with former female employees, including in which chairman and CEO Vince McMahon allegedly had an affair with and secretly agreed in January to a $3 million payout upon her departure from the company, Wall Street Journal reports. And says, I have pledged my complete cooperation to the investigation by the special committee, and I will do everything possible to support the investigation, McMahon said in a statement. I have also pledged to accept the findings and outcome of the investigation, whatever they are. And, his daughter, Stephanie, announced she will assume his role within the company in the meantime. I love this company, and I'm committed to working with independent directors to strengthen our culture and our company. It is extremely important to me that we have a safe and collaborative workplace, Stephanie said in a statement. I have committed to doing everything in my power to help the special committee complete its work, including marshaling the cooperation of the entire company to assist in the completion of the investigation and to implement its findings. Her return comes 1 month after she revealed she would be taking a leave of absence to focus on my family. During the investigation, Vince will retain his role as part of WWE's creative content and can appear in wrestling matches as himself. As part of her agreement, the women cannot talk about the relationship with McMahon or disparage him. The former employee was allegedly hired in 2019 as a paralegal. A WWE spokesperson maintains their relationship was consensual. McMahon's attorney, Jerry McDevitt, tells WSJ that the woman has not come forward with claims of harassment and the WWE did not pay any monies to her. An email sent to the board on March 30th claims that her salary started at $100,000, but was doubled when they started getting intimate. The email also alleges
Yeah, it's
McMahon
okay, continue.
gave her like a toy to John what is that? Laureanatis, head of
Hmm.
talent relations at WWE. My friend was so scared, so she quit after Vince McMahon and lawyer Jerry paid her millions of dollars to shut up, the email reads. Mick Devitt is allegedly
Why would you be
responsible
scared?
for working out the financial agreement with the woman.
Why would you
So
be
let me guess,
scared?
after spending the 3 million, now you coming out and decided to make these allegations?
Of course, of
So
course.
oh my God.
That shit is crazy. How are
But
you
how are
all?
you forced? This is consensual, it sounds like.
It's
Like,
called,
did he threaten to kill you?
man. Listen, we have to
You have a
really, we
choice.
got to really get into it, okay? When does it become, because we get information so crazy, right? Shout out to the producer one time, but we get information so quick, so unfiltered a lot of times, right? My question then becomes like how, like, a lot of people are guilty before anything even happens, right?
Yeah,
A lot of people, and I'm not saying people are innocent. I'm not saying people are shouldn't be held accountable. All I'm saying is that, yo, we have to allow all the facts to spill out, right,
right.
before we start automatically being like, fuck
Assumptions,
Vince. Yeah,
assumptions.
because at the end of the day, yo, Vince McMahon's wife, who, right, she's somebody very important,
Right.
right? If she was to sit there and run for whatever, I guarantee you she know Vince ain't shit, and she probably already know Vince got bitches, multiple bitches. You feel me? She probably already know all that. So if she know all that, then the question then becomes, why do we care as the people? If he paid her out to shut up and it didn't leak out until she ran out of bread, then we got to start really evaluating a
Right.
lot of these cases that we're getting. Shout out to Deshaun Watson one time, because that man, because he a freak nasty man, you feel, a lot of you time out, a lot of you motherfuckers is freak nasty niggas, okay? And I don't mean niggas as in black folks, I mean niggas as just in dumbass people, okay? Because you niggas are stupid,
Right.
okay? So I'm not saying cover up your tracks better, but do fucking better,
Yep.
okay? Do, and ladies, do better too. You
Yep.
shouldn't be so thirsty for the bread either. You
These
feel me?
these allegations though first appeared or surfaced back in like 1986, and there was an interview in 1992 with Giraldo Rivera
Uh
on his
oh.
show Now It Can Be Told.
Geraldo?
Yes, and in that interview, the woman alleged that McMahon had propositioned her with sex during a private meeting to get a higher paying WWF contract. But at that time, the statute of limitations for rape had already run out and no charges were filed. So that's when he hired her to referee his storyline, where Cyndi Lauper managed wrestler Wendy Richter. And after she was hired, she told New York Magazine that her friend and former wrestler Leonard, whatever, warned her to stay away from Vince. And
You know what?
if he could make or break me was what she said. And if I didn't satisfy him, I was blackballed. And that was back. She told that to Rivera back in
Uh
1992.
Imagine having to be like,
So
yo, hey, what's today? Thursday? Yo.
and they filed a lawsuit against McMahon and his wife filed a lawsuit against her for false rape accusations. And later they dropped the charges because there were some other unrelated trials regarding child molestation, sexual harassment, and trafficking illegal performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah,
So
Vince.
there's been a lot.
It's time to just kind of dial it back there,
There's been
buddy.
a lot of
It's time to
things
dial
going
it back
on in
there,
this
buddy.
wrestling world, and I
Yo,
am
listen,
or
you ever
was a
you
huge fan of WWF. I mean,
man,
I loved
listen, I'm
wrestling.
still a fan. And you want to know why I'm still a fan? Because the storylines are still kind of cool. You
Yeah.
feel me? It's still kind of cool.
No, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I used to go to Madison Square Garden to watch a lot of these matches, wrestling matches. But I mean, what can you do?
Listen, I know what you can do. Stop being nasty. Stop touching yourself. Okay. And go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew. We are everywhere. I swear we are. We are everywhere, baby. We everywhere. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on social media. Social media. Social
There's so
media. You
many
feel me?
skeletons in
A
the
lot of
company's
people's.
closets. I mean,
Listen, it's about that time to clean up. It's by yo, you see that, and that's the beauty of also having your company within your family because the shit really ain't going nowhere. It's just, hey, dad, come on. We knew this day was gonna come. We knew this day was gonna come. So come on down. Come on down. Yo, I'll take the helm. And the reason why Triple H can't do it is because Triple H ain't McMahon blood. That's why. And
yeah,
Triple H been running the company and things like that for a while. You remember Big Dog? Shout out to Julio Big Dog.
right?
Shout out to Julio Big Dog one time. But yeah, hey, listen, maybe we get it, maybe we don't. Hopefully, everybody comes out on top. No pun intended. So shout out to the WWE and all wrestlers trying to make it. You feel me? So shout out to them. Speaking of payout, Monique and Netflix, if you guys don't
Mm.
know, reached a settlement in lawsuit alleging race and gender
Oh,
discrimination.
wow.
So, time out. I want to know, what are your thoughts on it first? What are your thoughts on just what you know of what Monique has been doing for the
I
last
think
couple
she is
years?
reaching.
You think she's ratchet, ratchet,
Yeah, I mean,
ratchet?
she has a track record.
Oh man.
And I mean, I don't think
I know her and DL were going back and forth.
well, that's not the only person though she was going back and forth with. So I
Yeah,
mean,
she I think she called Oprah like a bitch or some shit like that.
yeah,
Some wild shit,
a
man.
lot of wild shit.
She was wilding just a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you. She was wilding just a little bit. But then
But
do you think some I think within everybody's wilding out, I think there's
there's some
always
truth to some
some truth
stuff.
to a certain degree. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Netflix has reached a settlement with Monique in connection with discrimination lawsuits she previously filed against the streamer, citing racial and gender biases, according to the Hollywood Reporter, which cited court documents in which it updated on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but last Wednesday. If you
Yeah.
know, then you know. Two sides of the legal disagreement moved to dismiss the suit this past week. Specifics regarding the agreement, however, have not been made public. During a Sway in the Morning interview back in 2018, Monique detailed the bias of her decision to take action against Netflix. She noted the difference in potential pay being offered in comparison to deals the streamer had made with other comedians, including Amy Schumer.
Mm.
Amid uh, amid coverage of Monique criticism of Netflix, she also called for a worldwide boycott of the whole platform. Listen,
Wow. What?
I'm not gonna boycott Netflix because I don't pay for Netflix.
Come on
Shout
now.
out to the
Don't
person
don't
that paid for
don't don't even
Netflix.
say
All
that out
right.
loud right now.
Hey, ain't nobody say no names now. Ain't
With the
nobody
way
say no names. Ain't
with
nobody
with the
say no
way
names.
that Netflix has
Ain't nobody say no
been
names.
watching and tracking,
Go ahead. Ain't nobody say no
you
names
have to be
now.
very careful.
Yes, you got to be very careful. So Monique went ahead and said, so last week I got an offer from Netflix. The offer was for, this was back in 2018. The offer was for 500,000. Monique told Sway at the time, seen obviously above, right? that wasn't the first insult per Monique, right? Who shared copies of emails from Netflix reps during the hour-long interview and alleged that Netflix leadership at the time declined to speak um, any further about the deal, right? Until they pointed out that she said at the time looks like a racial and gender discrimination. Damn. And as you guys know, recently, Shawty been on DL Hughley's throat box. Yeah, been on his throat box, unfortunately, which I think is also fucked up too. But you know,
But let me see, because I know, so she was claiming that Chris Rock and Amy Schumer was making
yes,
more money.
yes.
So, but right there, it's like, okay, Amy Schumer's a woman. Yes, she's white. Chris Rock is a male. Yes, but he's black. I mean,
Here's my thing. If my question then becomes, if you know your worth within whatever industry or game that you're in, right? If you know your worth, do you voice your opinion? Do you put it out there the way Monique did? Outside of her being like, yo, fuck Lee Daniels, fuck Oprah and all these people, fuck y'all that want to try to get a
but my
soundbite
thing
because
is,
I didn't
but
even
my
say that.
thing is, it really based on gender and race and, you know, or is it because of your history, or is it
See,
because
but
of
at the
your
time,
popularity,
but
the way,
we got to think as well. Number one, we can't take away from what Monique actually brought into the
comedy
comic. You
comedy
know that
world,
she listen. She is a legend, right?
right?
But at the same time, I understand that within the Black community, right, your shit can circulate to where you can live and make money off of that, right? But if you have not been doing it within this digital age, right, as the way Cat Williams does it, right,
Right.
the way Cat Williams does it, put his shit out, boom boom boom, the way some Mike Epps does it, a lot of these other comedians are putting out this streaming content to where they can see, okay, well, listen, they put this out, this is the streaming numbers,
Right.
because that is what they care about. They understand your popularity,
That's what I'm
but
saying. Like,
they're
it's,
looking at stream
but
numbers.
it's is it, yeah, but like you said, but it's also like, let's say you apply for a job and
Mhm.
someone else is more qualified than you, and they just happen to be white, or it happens to be a man.
It's always racial. It's always race. It will never not be racial with me, baby. You
Well,
feel me?
that's
It will
true.
never not be racial.
But you're in competition.
Well,
There's
that too.
there's a
Well,
lot
that
of
too. I'm in
competition.
always cut somebody else's throat,
I mean, then
metaphorically.
I mean, the comedy world,
That is.
there's a lot of legends, and
There are, but there also
but
is.
popularity is definitely,
She probably was really hyped up on that bitch. I'm an Oscar winner. Fuck
yeah.
you. Like, yo, you gonna give me 500,000, and you give, which Trainwreck was kind of funny. It was. It was actually really funny. It was
Yeah, but
really
I
funny.
wonder if it's more so just like like a dealing type of, like, contract type of, like, basically, how when you are applying for a job, you sometimes you do have to negotiate salary.
Yeah.
So, and if you have a
First
management,
off, what weirds me out about them is that, she called her husband daddy in front of people, like, and the way she says it, I don't know, it sounds creepy. It sounds creepy, and that nigga just in the back with his hat all
I think I
sideways and
oh,
just and with his toothpick all the time, like, with his little
listen,
ass
they have that
mustache,
type of relationship.
uh.
They have that type of relationship.
Nigga look like a broke ass Wayne Brady, man. Don't nobody want to see all that, cuz. Yo, I don't know if I told y'all, but I went to the VA,
Oh,
right?
geez.
And I found out that I got stigmatism in my eyes. Found out that I can't see.
We talked about this
Oh, I'm
last.
just, and that's why I get paid from the VA. You feel me? And I'm gonna be like that, yo. Today's Thursday on a Saturday.
Right.
Like, Grandpa, what the fuck is this old nigga
Exactly.
talking about? Right? Then I get my gun and I get my Hayah shit going on. Then it's a wrap. You know what else is a wrap? it's a wrap if nobody goes ahead and subscribes to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew, now streaming on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
Real quick, I gotta get some grievances up off my chest before we get to this next joint. I gotta get some grievances up off my
What's
chest.
that?
So the company applied for this pretty sweet festival gig that's coming out here, right?
Mm,
And we put a lot of time, a lot of effort into, getting, what they wanted,
right.
and they pretty much said, hey, you, good try,
Yeah.
but fucking try again. Oh my God. Shout out to one of the board members, because one of the board members was like, yo, I thought this shit was pretty cool. He said there's some shit back. Yo, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So it was which in turn helped enlighten me in the sense of, and I had another instance this weekend to where patience is a big virtue that a lot of us believe that we have, but
Yes.
in all actuality it definitely takes a lot
It
to
takes a lot.
continuously try to practice.
Yes.
So shout out to
I agree.
patience, if you will. You know what else? Shout out to me getting my medicinal marijuana card
Oh,
this
wow.
weekend. And listen, I feel free.
Congratulations.
Man, I feel free. I feel like everybody, if you're in a state where you can get it,
Right.
because nobody's going to be able to tell you anything, right?
Yeah.
You got to get it. You got to get it. It is so important.
And you know what? Going into a dispensary, it's an experience.
It is, right?
Like if you
I felt all important.
Yeah, like it really makes you feel like someone of importance. It's like you go in and they have you sign in and
Right.
they immediately take care of you. And
It was pretty
I have to say
pretty
that was, I don't know
boss.
if all dispensaries are like that, but that one in particular,
It was really boss.
I have to say I was quite impressed. It
I
makes
would
me want to go get my medical marijuana.
you should. Everybody should. Everybody
Yeah,
should.
but it was a good experience.
Listen, I say everybody should go ahead and get their tree card, right?
It's almost like
Because
shopping at
it's like
it's like
shopping.
an elite shopping experience.
That's
Almost like
exactly-
shopping at like Gucci or Chanel or Louis Vuitton.
Exactly. Oh, would you like this kind? Well, this is for this.
Well,
oh,
I recommend
yes.
you doing
Oh,
this,
yes,
and
yes.
they open the door for you.
Right. Fat gummies, right? That shit,
Oh
yo.
man,
Damn.
it's definitely an experience. So
Shout out to the dispensaries out there. It is definitely experience.
keep up
It
the
is
good work.
definitely something that you guys should get. And not only that, the doctor that I went to go see was very not only knowledgeable, but listen,
He was cool.
Yo, time out. You ever have white people try to explain racism to you guys, right? Yo, white people get so intense about it.
Yeah.
They get so intense,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm sitting there, right?
Just gotta love each other, bro.
Right. I'm sitting there.
We all just gotta love each other.
So I'm just there and I'm just kind of like, yo, I just want to get the card. just I want to get the card to get us
Man,
out of
shut
here
up,
and
because you
go,
were sitting
right?
there talking up a
Yo,
storm.
because listen, you can't just go over there like, where the weed at? Where the weed? Well, how do I get the weed? I don't care about the conversation, right? So he's taking my blood pressure. He's like, says, you know what, man? People, you and I, man, we can go in the store, man, and they're automatically looking at you, man. And if they're automatically looking at you, man, it's all because of your skin color. Your skin color, brother, but we're brothers. Yo, I said,
That's exactly how it went down. I was there. I saw it. That's exactly what went
but
down.
he kept on
It was
getting closer and
hilarious.
closer, like, brother,
It was hilarious.
if you ever want to get a beer or something, brother. I was like, yeah, man, no problem. Hey,
Yo,
listen,
but this dude, like, he's like what,
63, don't look a day over 50 something.
Bro.
Yo,
like,
fit,
what
beard,
an, no,
big
what
as
an
fuck,
amazing,
tattoos all over
know
the
those
place.
people that are,
and
I don't know about you, but like when I go to the doctor or anywhere like a doctor, I look for people like that are like very personable. Like makes you feel comfortable, not
Man,
just
time out, man. First off, Miss Yo-Yo for some reason always attracts old ass people, right? So let me tell y'all this story, and I'm pretty sure I told it before, but fuck y'all. If you ain't been here before and this is your first time, now you about to hear the story for the first time.
Oh
So
my
yo,
God.
we at this nice old. Let me get the whole joint, producer. Let me get the whole joint. So we at this nice Italian joint, right? And me and Miss Yo-Yo are talking, right? And I happen to look off or something. Out of nowhere, she randomly talking to this old ass man, or this old ass man just started talking to her, and they talking in Spanish. So you already know Phil is lost as shit, right? And then they get done talking, and now she like, oh my God, oh, he's going for surgery tomorrow. Like, damn, how you know that? That's what he said. And his daughter really don't talk to him like that. And he said that I reminded him of his daughter. And I'm like, how the fuck y'all have all that to say within 2 minutes? 2 minutes.
Yeah. They
Appreciate
just
that
talk to me. They just
story
open
corner.
up to me like it's
Hey,
just
oh, whoa, hey,
come
come
on.
on, man.
They just see
You
me and they
cause
just get
it be
comfortable.
old ass women too. Like she be walking with some old ass lady named Isra, Ida, some shit. She
Heidi.
got an old
Her name
ass
is
friend.
Heidi.
She got an old ass friend in El Paso. Shout out to Pat,
Shout out
right?
to Pat.
Right. Shout out to Pat. Pat clapping cheeks with her old man.
Come on.
Yo, divorced a man. Say, yo, you know what, man? Listen, don't nobody want you, nigga. So I'll take you, man. I'll take your bum
Pat is
ass.
smart.
Right. I'll
Exactly.
take your
That's
bum
right.
ass. I'll
Sugar
take your
daddy.
bum ass. Right.
Right?
Sugar daddy. Damn, that shit gotta be expensive, right? Just to hang out with a bitch for 15, 20 minutes, right?
Some people want to do that. That's all they want.
Oh, imagine just being an old nigga,
Companionship.
just
No
yo, this my sugar.
sexual, no sex
Man, you
involved. They
crazy
just
as
they
you
get
are
turned on
crazy.
by just having
Is
someone
that what you
and
think?
taking
Is that what you
and
think?
buying someone a gift and
Man,
giving them
listen,
money.
my granddaddy was 90 something, still clapping, trying to clap cheeks up in the nursing home. Stop that. These niggas is looking for they looking for the box. Okay. These old people is looking for the box.
Teach me your
Listen, the
ways.
highest STD rate is old people.
Come
Is
on,
old
man.
people.
Come
Because
on.
old people be clapping cheeks.
Let them live. They only got a couple
Old people
just a
is
couple
out
more years
here.
to
Listen,
live.
oh yo, shout out to me and shout out to Rambo because we was having a conversation earlier, and yo, Rambo, if you're watching, listen, it's a circle of life, right? Because old men, old dudes, OGs used to be like, you don't be fucking, you be hunching. Now old people be out here hunching just to get a nut. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, out here wilding, old man Jones. You're
Eh,
wilding, old man
listen, they
Jones.
are trying to enjoy the little bit of life that they have left. And life is
Listen,
very short.
life is short.
We
Life
found
is
out today someone that we knew passed
man.
away from colon cancer. Rest in peace.
Shout out to Mary, man, because Mary was
She
a
was
really
only
talented
38 years old,
man.
had 2 daughters,
Yo, get your colons checked.
and
Get your
she had
colons
colon cancer
checked.
and she was fighting it and
It's a sad
she
thing.
hung on for a while, but now, sleep in peace, Mary. She was a very
Exactly.
artistic, super
Creative
nice,
person.
creative person.
Very
Just a
creative.
very nice
And
person.
really
So
nice. Really nice.
definitely take care of
So
yourselves.
how do I say goodbye
Come on.
to okay. I thought I had the harmonizing and
Come on.
everything. Shout out to Mary one time. Shout out to her babies. Our
Her family,
condolences. Our
sincerest and deepest
condolences.
condolences to
Our
her family and
condolences.
close friends and everyone in El Paso and where she was from, Germany.
Yeah. And speaking of condolences, our condolences to the little brother Ezra Blunt that lost his life at that Astro World concert
Oh yeah, the Travis Scott
last year,
concert.
right? So let me start this off by saying, my condolences. So Travis Scott is now getting pretty dragged all throughout the little news
This is still going
for
on.
his supposed latest purchase of a $5.5 million luxury car, and the family of the 9-year-old boy is actually saying, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah, basically he could have spent what he spent on the Bugatti on simple safety measures at the music fest.
That ain't his
The deadly music
job.
festival.
That's not his job.
So
That's not his job. So, a rep for Travis Scott tells TMZ that the latest attempt to exploit the Astroworld victims and gaslight the media and the public is a new low, just a new low, you sons of bitches. The car reference was purchased way back in 2020, because it ain't way back in 2020, because, but anyway, well before the tragic. Yeah, so, you out here purchasing vehicles during the height of the pandemic. It don't make you look any better, brother. You
you know
still look
what?
like a scumbag.
I want to know, like, how do people feel?
I
Because
wanna
as a
know.
parent,
I gotta
is a
know.
Travis Scott concert a place for a 9-year-old? As a
Yes, because
parent,
that
do
is
you have some?
yes,
Do you not do research, or is that the
yes,
parent's responsibility?
yes.
That it's not safe to be so close to the stage, and probably not really safe for your child, and to be at that type of, I guess, like mosh pit. Basically, is what it is. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I personally wouldn't even want to get caught in a mosh pit. I probably couldn't even.
You wouldn't be able to really breathe in a mosh pit.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the 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 mosh pit would be something completely. That's another life. That's
yeah,
another world. You feel me?
exactly.
Hmm. Shout out to Naked slash HD.
No, not shout out to them. How about not? How about not? Let's
Yo,
not shout them out. How
they
about they
popped
get blocked? How about
they
that?
they popped up out of nowhere.
Right?
But anyway,
Definitely not gonna happen.
but
Not in
yeah.
this YouTube.
So Bob Hillard, the attorney for the family of Ezra Blunt, tells TMZ Ezra would still be alive today, if Travis, as Miss Yo-Yo said, paid the money to spend on more precautious measures. But that is then the problem that you have is not with it's not with them. It
Yeah.
is with excuse me, it is with Live Nation. That is who you want to be upset at is Live Nation, because Live Nation, they are the ones that sat there and say, hey, the show must go on.
I mean, I definitely feel
who was the
truly
production
bad for a
manager?
lot of those people who
Mhm.
there were like what, 10 fatalities, I think,
It was a
about
lot. But then you had people
uh
sticking people and shit with AIDS or whatever the fuck they was doing, or
yeah.
whatever drugs and shit like that they was sticking people with. So it was a lot of things that was going on. And I think Travis Scott, I think his involvement and things like that, I think that was pretty much one of those you just gonna have to learn this lesson, chief, and it is
Yeah,
what it
I mean,
is.
10 people died, I believe. 732 claims related to the injuries
Mhm,
that required extensive medical care, 1,649 for less extensive treatment,
mhm.
and another like 2,540 claims for injuries still being reviewed. So, I mean,
Yeah,
there was a lot going on.
it is.
But I mean, I don't think it's necessarily his fault.
I don't
Like,
think
I
it's
mean,
Travis Scott
I
fault
don't think he
either,
meant for that
especially
to
if you
happen.
are the performer, because there's a lot of things that you might see,
Yeah.
right? Or you might not see, right? And I don't care if they're like, yo, some kid was up there, excuse me. Oh shit,
Oh, are we
violation.
yawning?
Yo, hey, listen,
Excuse me.
listen. Shout out to the dispensary. See, it's
Oh, now
always
blame it
there.
on that.
It's
Blame it on
always
that.
there.
It's an
It's always
excuse.
there.
It's
Anyway,
an excuse.
I hate when there was a person up there on the camera or on the light. Motherfucker, he can't see that from the stage.
Yeah, I mean,
As
as
one
a
that was a thespian back in the day,
what?
when you're a thespian, when you're on that stage, sometimes you don't see because the lights are so bright, not only on you, but your
Oh, so
future.
you've been there.
I've been, I've been,
You've
I've, da-
been a
I've dabbled,
performer.
I've dabbled, I've dabbled,
Listen, as
I've
a
dabbled.
performer, I believe you have so much to be worried about as a performer that I think
As the company.
as the promoter and the company and the management definitely needs to be in charge of like safety and security and all of that. And I think they underestimated the concert and they
Mm,
caused that, tragedy. But
yeah.
hopefully
Listen,
it
hopefully,
works out in terms of
um, hopefully it works all out.
that
And
these people, victims, I know they have a lawsuit, so hopefully they are issued or compensated for I mean, of course, you can't take back a life, and my condolences to all those who lost their lives on that concert. But hopefully, they get compensated for that.
They will, because Caucasian people were there. Listen, it is just what it is. It is just what it is. You feel me? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew, now streaming on all streaming platforms, not just one, not just two, but I mean all streaming platforms. You dig? And yo,
Definitely.
look out for a possible, I don't know, radio station or something. Yeah, you got to look out. You got to keep
Right?
your ojos open. You feel me?
Oh,
Listen, I'm out.
excuse me.
Listen, I'm out here. I'm out here. You know what else is out here? Listen, if you don't know,
Now you know.
now you know, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Drake and Beyonce, right? The world's biggest artist, have now stepped into the house
Yes.
era.
Right? House music is making a comeback.
How, listen, I'm
so with it.
yo,
I'm with
I
it.
am
I'm
beyond
in it.
with it.
I am there.
I am beyond with it. I'm
Let's
with it
go.
because, listen, number one, I love house music.
So do I.
I love house music. You feel me? I love
house. I love freestyle.
Come
I love
on.
that dancing.
Yeah.
That
shit
that
where you
vibe,
just gotta
like,
move, right? You gotta move. Well, Beyonce dropped her "Break My Soul." You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You feel me?
Mhm.
And a lot of people love it, but one particular artist truly, truly despises everything about it.
What?
And yeah, hey, listen, all we
How
here to
could
do,
you?
what we're here to do is present the news.
I
You
love
feel
it.
me? We not here
80s,
to
90s, like disco, like house, like that
well
was it.
listen. Well, as you guys know,
You got to
if you
show me
hey, I
love.
hear it. If you don't know, Azalea Banks took real
Who?
issue. Azalea Banks.
Who?
I won't lie and
Who?
say that she's not a good artist.
No.
And I got to get my phone for this one so you guys can hear it, right?
No.
I'm not gonna say she's not a good artist, right? Because she is. Problem is that her drugs, ego, and attitude definitely get her
The best of her.
yeah, and that's a shame because it blocks out all of your true artistry. So
Yeah, your
what we're
talent.
gonna do is we're gonna take some time to listen, right? We're gonna listen to some of what what good old Azalea Banks. And like I said, please take it for a grain of salt. You feel me? But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make it do what it do, and we're gonna listen to a lot of this bullshit.
Mm.
To write me out of my own narrative for like, hey, I'm sorry, but this is really creepy. Like, Beyonce has been trying to write me out of my own narrative for like years at this point. Like, this is so weird. So, early Azealia Banks records. Okay, so what are you trying to do? Are you trying to encapsulate my music in time and say, like, like it's vintage or something, as if I'm not as if my last three releases have not whipped your like, are you kidding? As if I'm not showing like major versatility and all of that. Like, you want me to not be Yama so badly. Like, you want it to be Solange. You want it to be like Chloe Bailey. Like, you have a Little Mermaid movie and you don't include Azealia Banks. Like, oh my God, you're a joke. And now, in addition, you're like
joke.
trying to like just with whatever, like you're so sneaky. You're trying to erase my contributions to like house music, dance music, electronic music, and all of that, and like make it as if I'm like, make it as if I'm like, I like, oh, like, God knows who, God knows who, like, just encapsulate in time. Like, you're a creep. You're a creep, Beyonce.
Wow.
And you like watch everything I do. Like whatever. We gave you your props for Black is King because like, okay, whatever. Like she's doing her like ocean cosplay or whatever, blah 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 blah. But like no. Just the levels of just thirst, you know? Like, yeah, you want to write me out of my own narrative and then like try and own that narrative and be that like revolutionary like Black feminist rebel who like who's into ATRs and like damn, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she had a lot to say.
Damn.
She had a
Damn.
lot,
That is a lot to say.
to say.
I mean, but Azealia, who's really thinking about you? Like, I mean, Beyonce doesn't need her for it to get attention.
Beyonce
I mean,
definitely don't need her.
People want to know when Beyonce wakes up in the morning and she leaves her
Oh shit,
house,
that's true.
where the hell she's going, what
Where you
she's
going,
doing.
B? Where you going, B? So my question is this: do you think, because I also got a plane of Irv Gotti mentioning his point of view and everything on Drake ushering himself into that particular world, right?
Mhm.
And Irv Gotti is like, yo, I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. Drake being the biggest hip hop star on the planet, right? Yo, I don't like it because I want to find the next Jay, John, DMX. Bro, you still stuck in 98.
Mm-mm.
98, 99, 2000. You still stuck there, brother. I'm not saying there's a problem with being stuck there, but at the same time, they trying to, it's the summertime.
Right.
People getting shot. You feel me? It's the summertime. It's
Among
time for
other
people to
things.
vibe. It's time for people to it's summertime. Why not give the people a joint like this? You feel me? Why
Mhm.
not give the people some shit that make them just, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Come on, man. Why don't you want to give the people that? It is crazy to me. It is crazy to believe that the people don't want to hear it, right? Because we're so used to it from certain artists. Like, I had the conversation with our producer, excuse me.
Yeah.
And, I was telling them there are certain rappers that are artists. Lil Wayne, artist. Jay-Z, he's an artist, right? There are certain people that are artists. Kanye, he's an artiste. You feel me? Pusha T, even though they don't think so, he's an artist.
Right.
You feel me? All these people, they are artists. Lil Wayne, everybody. Well, certain ones, and there are certain people that are just rappers, right? Just like we saw in the verses, which we'll get to after the break. You feel me?
Right.
But it's sometimes you're good to go, and other times,
I
you
mean,
feel me?
is it Beyonce or Drake or anybody's fault if they literally, how can I say it? I don't want to say kill careers for other artists, but is that really their fault if people are really uh um being drawn to them instead of you? Like I said, it's a doggy dog world out there. Like
especially
every man for
in
themselves. So I mean,
especially in that particular arena.
yeah,
You
I
feel me?
mean, I find it interesting that she just definitely goes just after Beyonce and not Drake. I mean, he released the house music inspired track as well. So I mean,
Because Drake probably gonna say some shit to her
right.
and or
She's
be
probably not gonna
in
fight back, but I mean, why would she? Like, you would never put Beyonce and her in the same fucking category.
never.
So I believe, I mean, she's ranting. So I mean, but nobody gives a
But then it becomes like, yo, sometimes, hey man, who are a lot of these people to tell us like, yo, you know more about the wave than anybody?
yeah,
Because
because it's like, here's why I'm better than that celebrity. And it's like,
yeah, not even so
that
much,
doesn't work.
not even so much that. I feel like it's a lot of, like you said, Beyonce and Drake, they have a big enough following to where they can take
A
that
platform. They
particular
have an
drama.
empire.
They can take away they can take over that
Kill
particular
people's
drama
careers.
genre. Yeah, they can.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I also believe that when it comes to allowing these people to come in, and if they sit there and show homage coming into these different genres, there's no problem with it. At least
Right.
for me,
And
I love
I
it.
mean, do you and as an artist, do you not see that as some sort of flattery? Like instead of complaining,
Everybody got paid
right?
too.
Instead of complaining, maybe you should say, "Wow, maybe she was kind of
Nah,
inspired, but
because
she would never."
Beyonce didn't, she didn't cop nothing from her. That's what
Yeah,
she ain't
yeah,
sample
yeah,
nothing from
yeah.
you.
No, but I'm saying if she feels like she kind of like stole her, what happened? Why didn't you fight
Yo,
harder? Like, you know what I mean?
the
Like,
reason why is because Azalea Banks is just very problematic,
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately.
She's
She
just
is
gonna mess
very,
around and
very
get that hive
problematic.
after that
Yeah.
ass.
And the thing is like I said,
She's a shit
yo,
stirrer.
because the artistry isn't as strong as the problems, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You feel me?
She just
But
sounds like an anti-Beyonce.
she is always been. I think she's more so anti women in general, except the ones that, hey, listen, except the ones that don't listen to the Not Your Average Podcast crew. Hey, and you know it's about that time. Oh yeah, it's about that time. We go ahead and listen to a little bit of music because it's a little break time. You feel me? So listen, if you got your medical cards, okay, go ahead and light that thing up one time. If you got your drink, go ahead and refill yourself because you know we coming back for another great half of the Not Your Average Podcast crew. Listen, the first joint we got up is Book of Acts, and it's by um one of the members of the Creative Hive, MRJ, Mr. MRJ. Yes, sir. Yeah, this joint is really fire. It's really something for everybody to enjoy, to love, sit back, relax, enjoy it. You figure, deal me. Yeah, this is Book of Acts. And once again, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And this is the Book of Acts, and we'll be right back.
Can you believe that I got to the top and I'm hit? Can you believe that nobody has come under me? Can you believe that I got to the top and I'm hit? Can you believe that nobody has come under me? Can you believe that I got to the top and I'm hit? Can you believe that nobody has come under me? Can you believe that I got to the top and I'm hit? Can you believe that nobody has come under me?
Get down when I lay the verse down. Listen to a king now, doing my thing now. I am what's in now. Niggas act seen now. When they see the king now, raising my eyebrows. Niggas better bow down, make you niggas foul out. King MJ came to ruin your daylight. Hope you not leaving, cause we see you scheming. I'm walking the earth, and since birth I've been preaching. I'm blessing your girl, exercising her demons. I mean it. She's screaming for Jesus. My name coming threes like the shot from Ariza. I please her, now she's a believer. Got the same blood that they built the pyramids with. Engineering this shit, coast to coast, man. I got the bullshit. 45,000 goddamn long time ago. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen,
these are the facts, book of the acts, came from the blacks, them men in black, took it all back, wanted to roam, let's call them Rome, took all the shit, now they call it they own, act like we did not invent modern homes, something went wrong, something my soul can no longer condone. Calm down brother, we just hating each other, Cain plus Abel, we just killing each other, no pride left, we depending on the others, not me fam, I was raised by my mother was queen, father was king, race them a champ, doesn't matter what ring, this is the song that I'm always gonna sing, oppression, depression, the pain I will bring. Point to the sky at Orion's belt. Pyramid, Homerid, seem heartfelt. Looking to the gods like looking at myself. So I hone myself, all alone myself. Cause I do it for myself, gotta prove it to myself. Can't nobody really tell me cause I own myself. One life at a time and I take me a life. If I end up in a tunnel when I see that light. But this is my life, music is my life. Game shot, half court, man I feel no life. Cause my light shine bright when the light shine bright. 3-0 with the shot if your light too bright like
Yo, yo, and like always, we are back, and that's in the flesh, baby. You feel me? Yo, listen, that was a pretty fire, pretty fuego, little break. You feel me? And I appreciate everybody that's stopping through, checking us out. Listen, if you got social medias, make sure you put your social media down in that chat box, and we might go ahead and follow you. You feel me? You feel me? Shout out to Miss Yo Yo. Miss Yo Yo
Just trying
got
to eat
caught
a
up.
snack.
Yeah, she got caught up. She got caught up in that snack moment. You feel me? So listen, shout out to everybody that is joining us from Facebook, IG, everywhere. We appreciate you guys, your subscriptions. We appreciate everything. Everything. So let's get back into it. Miss Yo Yo, I got a question.
Yes.
Yo, if you could, would you want to hear your deceased loved ones' voices?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and explain why.
That's one thing I do regret that
Damn.
especially when my grandma passed. I mean, I have video of her and I have, a video of her voice, but there was one message that I had on my voicemail of her wishing me a happy birthday that I wish I still had. And I definitely wish I had that. And also my dad, when my dad passed, it was kind of like sudden, if you want to say. And so I don't think I have any video
I
of
think
my dad.
I'd be okay maybe with it
Yeah.
possibly, but at the same time, I don't want it like when the robot revolution and shit happens. I don't want my mama out here like fill up like hey listen
What are you
turn
doing?
off turn off. You feel me? I don't want to.
That's
I don't want
hilarious.
to have to go through all that, right? Turn off.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon reveals that Alexa could soon be able, you ready for this, to imitate the voices of your dead loved ones. First
Yeah.
off, why the article say your dead loved ones like that? Why they couldn't just say
Of the
of
deceased
your
loved
deceased
ones.
loved
Like,
ones? They
damn,
just was
like
like, yo, the niggas
dead.
that
They're
you
dead.
love,
They're dead.
dead ones. Like, damn, cuz, like, yo, first off,
Right?
you don't know what I'm feeling right now. You feel me? Amazon, yo, you still in
Man.
some hot water. So,
Man.
Amazon is experimenting with a new feature that will allow its Alexa voice assistant to mimic the voice of other people, including voices of people who have died. Imagine hearing some wild, you know what? Save it for at the end of it. Okay, so Rohit Prasad, I don't even know if that's your name,
Sounds
but
about right.
you know who you is. You feel
Sounds
me?
about right.
Vice President and head scientist for Alexa Artificial Intelligence spoke about the relationship between consumers and their virtual assistants during Amazon's Mars conference in Las Vegas last Wednesday. Oh my goodness. He said in this article and at the conference, one thing that surprised me the most about Alexa is the companionship relationship we have with it, he explained. In this companionship role, human attributes of empathy and affect are key to building trust. This, okay, and it continues. These attributes have become more and more important during these times of ongoing COVID pandemic when so many of us have lost someone we love, he added.
Wow.
So
It's
he then
definitely a way to get
showed a
people.
video of a boy asking Alexa to read a bedtime story using his grandmother's voice. An example, Alexa registered the request and
Wow.
switched the voice to the grandmother's voice before reading the story.
Oh
And
my
he goes
God.
on to say, as you saw in this experience, instead of Alexa's voice reading the book, it's the kid's grandma voice. Damn. While AI can't while AI can't eliminate that pain of loss, it can definitely make their memories last, he continued. Wow. The vice president continued to say that the team found a way to get Alexa to stimulate another person's voice using less than a minute of voice recording. What?
Dang.
When unquestionably we're unquestionably living in a golden era of AI where dreams and science fiction are becoming a
Yep.
reality. Oh my God.
Yep. I agree.
Listen,
It's
I'm
taking
for it.
over.
Now, I don't want to hear. Listen, I don't want to hear dead loved ones like that.
I
I'm
hear
not
dead
gonna hold you.
people.
I don't want that shit.
Remember the movie Sixth Sense?
I
That's
don't
a little
want
creepy.
that. Right, yo, you out here like, come on, man, yo, Alexa, right? And my brother be talking crazy to his Alexa sometimes too. Imagine that shit come back as my mom's talking. Oh man, oh man, oh
Yeah.
man. You
It's
can't talk crazy
crazy.
to her no
It's
more.
really crazy with technology, right? Because on the one hand, it's great, technology is constantly improving and constantly
True,
developing.
true.
Um but on the other hand, it's like,
Listen,
damn.
I'm all for this weird shit. I'm all for the weird shit. I'm all for technology. I'm all for this science shit. Yes, because it is going to just be a quicker and easier way for Phil to get up to space. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be a quicker way for Phil to get to space. So if the AIs want to take over and all that other great grand shit, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
There are some people concerned that there's some ways of scammers could call up as grandparents and who are actually living and
Man,
ask for
yo,
money
listen,
using the voice of a relative.
you would be, man, you'd be fucked up if you did that shit, man. You'd be fucked up if you did that shit. Why would you do
Because
that shit?
scammers, when you a scammer and you scam, man, that's how you scam. People
Why would you?
scam. They
But why
find
would you
any way
do
to
it
scam.
though? That's my thing. But why would you do it though?
Hey, anything is possible these days,
Anything
especially
is
the world that we're,
possible. Ain't
especially
that what Kevin Garnett
the
said?
world
Everything
that
is
we're living in.
possible. Listen, shout out to my mustache, man. I've been checking it out the whole
I
the
wonder how
whole
much
show.
money.
My
Yeah, your
mustache costs.
mustache is
Hey,
great.
listen, free.
But I wonder how much money this dead relative, deceased. I hate saying dead.
Damn, you
Deceased.
see how you just as bad as the article. Yo, they dead relatives.
Deceased relative voice
Damn.
capability. How much is that costing
Listen,
people?
would you? So you would listen for all the people
I
out
don't even
there
have an
on
Alexa. So
for all the
first of all,
people out there on IG right now. Would you want your deceased relative's voice as an Alexa? Phil is gonna go ahead and say, hell no. I would not want my mama out here talking to me through Alexa and then telling me how rude I've been and all this. Yo, clean up, Philip. Like, oh, nah, 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 nah. Turn off. Turn off.
mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I can't do it. But, there's a lot of other people that would. Would you want that as a kid, though? Like as an 8-year-old, yo, Alexa,
It
tell grandma to
depends.
slide through.
It depends.
Not if she ain't giving $2 or so. Yo, shout out to Trigger Trey. Trigger Trey say, yo, that shit is creepy as fuck over there on IG. You fucking right. It is creepy as shit. Hey, you want me around once I pass? You want it? Hey, right? I'm
Maybe.
turning on just because. Mid
Maybe.
stroke. Hey, I'm fucking it all up. I'm fucking it all up. Why? Because I can. That shit is
Technology
creepy.
is like a
Yo, what's that movie with Will Smith?
a necessary evil.
What's that joint with Will Smith?
Oh, you're talking about
iRobot. That's
iRobot.
the shit we sliding into.
Yeah.
That's where we sliding. And I don't mind. But yo, I mind if I don't need that type of pressure. Like all the people that imagine this person
Like I
randomly, the
said,
AI just randomly talking.
I would just, choose those two specific people. I wouldn't be like, choosing everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, this person, whoever this is, needs to
Yo,
stop
this
spamming our freaking YouTube, man.
yo.
This is getting out of hand.
Yo,
And you will continue to get blocked, whoever you
let him
are.
know. Let him know. Let him know. I wouldn't personally be out here with the whole creep ass AI shit, but I definitely like, can they rap? would the AI be able to rap? Because if that's the case, then I don't know. I might be interested. You hear me?
I don't
I
know.
might be a little interested.
No
So,
idea.
you know who else is interested in some shit? Your man Eli
Trying to block these.
finally is getting Twitter off of layaway. So shout out to
Oh, I thought that deal happened already.
No. Well, it did, but it's still listen, it's news that people don't know. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if you know about it, Miss Yo-Yo, go ahead and let the people know how Elon and what that whole deal consists of.
So on Tuesday, the company's board of directors unanimously approved his buyout offer. Shares of Twitter were up by nearly 1% as of early morning Tuesday, selling for a little more than $38 a share, which is well below the $54.20 per share tender offer from Musk. The regulatory filing comes several days.
Tender or tender?
Tender.
Oh, see,
tender.
see, you're reading.
I said tender offer. Tender. After Musk hosted a virtual all-hands meeting with Twitter employees, which was the latest sign that the richest man in the world is very serious about following through on his acquisition plans. However, he had previously threatened to cancel the deal unless the social media platform offered solid proof that the less than 5% of its daily users are spam and bot accounts. In recent statements, he claimed that he estimated that as much as 20% of Twitter's 229 million users are actually spam bots.
Yo, they gotta be come on, man. Yo, listen.
4 times the figure
this
touted by the company, the New York Post reported. In a filing with the SEC on Tuesday, the detailed letter to investors, Twitter's board of directors announced that it unanimously recommends that you vote for the adoption of the merger agreement. If the deal closes now, investors of the company would walk away with a profit of $15.22 for each share they own. Interesting.
So, question is, do you think they won?
Yeah, I think so.
Of course they won.
Of course, yeah.
Of course they won.
Why wouldn't they?
Because, well, hey, listen, the man is not going to give no brothers and shit like that type of power.
Exactly.
Yeah? They're not going to give him that type of power, unfortunately.
Wait, was it his daughter? Who was it that changed their name?
Yo, Elon Musk's son
changed
his name to changed his
whole name, right?
Yeah, well, changed his whole gender and everything like that. So yeah, that's another story. He pretty much was like, well, she pretty much she is it. I'm not. Don't crucify me. I don't know.
I just don't know either. I don't know.
Listen,
he considers
Elon Musk's child. There it is. His child.
Oh yeah.
His child. The mother and father's child. They they decide to change the gender and said, I don't want to be related, involved, or anything like that with my dad, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. Which is crazy to me. That's crazy.
Hey.
So then it goes into this other shit that, you know what? I got to pull up the recording real quick. Timeout. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you head over to Facebook to go ahead and subscribe to go ahead and follow the Not Your Average Podcast Crew. If you are on IG, make sure you head over to YouTube to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew, where we're streaming live. And if you are already subscribed and following, make sure you go ahead and tell your friend, tell your mama's friend, and tell your mama's other friend to go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew. Do you feel me on 1,000 accords?
Yeah.
Of course. So I ran across this video that I found very intriguing because it shows kind of like comfort and, you know, where we're at comfort wise as people, you know, and what our loved ones will and won't do and things like that, right? So let me go ahead and pull up this recording soon as I find it, and I think I lost it.
Oh no.
Hold on. First off, shout out to the guy that slapped the shit out of
Giuliani's back.
Yo,
In the supermarket.
Yo, hit him with, "What's up, fucking scumbag?" Bow. Damn.
We need to get that guy arrested and make an example out of him.
Yeah, of course.
How dare he?
Right. Slap the shit out that
He slapped him so hard he felt a sting on his back.
Yo.
Like he thought he was shot.
I thought they shot me. Like,
Oh
nah.
my God.
Yo, okay. So I found it. So let
Let's
me go
arrest
ahead
him.
and pull this audio up.
And when you bring up the stuff that you do for your children, it makes us feel like a burden. It makes us feel like I can't wait till I grow up so I don't have to be a burden to you anymore. If you say it's like when people be like your parents had a life before you, it makes you feel like I made you so miserable and bitter and like I just don't want to be here anymore because you don't want me to be here anymore. So why should I be here and put my best foot forward if the person who gave birth to me and made me come in this life doesn't want me? How am I supposed to look at somebody else for love if I feel like I'm not getting love at home? What do you do when you want to have somebody to talk to, but they like you can't talk to them? You go to somebody else to talk to, and that's not who you want us to talk to. How am I supposed to come and talk to you, and you don't listen to me, but somebody else may listen to me, but they not gonna treat me how you want me to be treated? You love me, but you don't show it. But they don't love me, but they act like they love me. So I'm going to go to the person that acts like they love me, and not the person who. I'm going to go to the person who acts like they love me, because when you grow up like this and you grow up with people who emotionally stunt your growth, you go looking for other people and you insecure. You go looking for other people for sex, for people who going to tell you, oh, you're pretty. Guess what? The first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mom said it.
Okay, so with that, right, I know that was a lot to digest.
Sound like she said the same thing, but a just different way.
So what do you think, Miss Yo-Yo? I want your opinion on what do you think?
I mean, if as a parent, if they're saying it to you because you're fucking up and you're doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing, I think sometimes parents say that to get you to realize, like, yo, you was a choice, like I had a choice. And I didn't bring you into this world to do fucked up shit. I brought you into this world.
I didn't bring you in this world just to love shaking ass and sucking meat.
To make me proud and do something with your life. I mean, it's almost like I kind of get what she's kind of trying to say, because it's almost like when you do something good for someone, you don't say, "Hey, I did this for you. Remember when I did this?" Or like when you do something, let's say like you give food to the homeless or you give a homeless person money, you don't go around bragging and saying, "Oh, I gave this person money," and some people do that, it's throwing it in your face kind of thing, but it just depends on how it's being said. Now, if it's being said all the time, of course, you're going to feel like emotionally, like that's, could be destructive, but I kind of see both sides.
So the way that I see it is I do not agree. Right. And I don't agree because it's not that I don't agree. I shouldn't say I don't agree because that's somebody's feelings. Right. And that is somebody else's water.
Mind your business.
Anyway.
Whoa.
What I was saying is that I understand, as a teenager, you might be out here kind of like, I want to be rebellious. I want to do this. I want to do that. Right. But at the same time, your parents definitely had a life and had a choice before you, right? And you should be grateful because they could have given you up at any given time. They could have been like, yo, I don't want this little nigga. Yo, grandma raised him and you'll never see me again. And then, or it could be in general, yo, we don't want you. Get out of here. We don't want you. You feel me? And you got to sit there and you got to deal with shit like that. You feel me? So you have to deal with that that reality. Now, where I think old girl is kind of wrong is that, she has to understand that, she's living within her own comfortable psyche.
Yeah.
Right? Like your own comfortable bubble to where you can't, remember we had this conversation yesterday, you can't fathom your mom's or your parents sitting here saying like, hey, nope, I don't care.
And if they're teaching you, a good example, and you are
Right.
being raised, to be a good citizen, and they are trying to do
A
everything
good citizen of
everything
the
right, and you out
uh,
here doing shit, like, of course it's gonna piss them off, of
right.
course they're gonna say things to you, but you have to also, at what point, take accountability for your actions and what you're doing, because you, at a certain
I
age,
feel like we're kind
know
of living in an era of where nobody really wants to
exactly, nobody, but
take
you should know what's right and
accountability for
wrong.
too much,
And
right?
sometimes, yeah, you know what? You do got to go through certain experience to
You
be
have to.
like, damn, this is messed up. Or like, like she said, oh, you go looking for love.
Hmm.
Sometimes that happens, even if you
Something
still
looking for
getting you
love.
getting love from your parents or attention. Like sometimes it doesn't matter. There's like, you parents could be the perfect parents, but there's there's a child that just does the worst shit, and they're parents that are
Sometimes.
like, I don't understand how he or she is like this or does
Yep.
this when I raised them. Look at how I raised them. They didn't come out that way. There's always, everybody is different, no
Everybody.
matter what. So I mean,
Listen, people don't want to come to that realization that people are different. People are never going to be the same.
and if
No
your parent
matter.
once in a while says that shit to you,
Yo,
then
man,
maybe you should,
suck it
maybe you
up.
should do shit right,
Suck it
and figure out
up.
the reason why they saying that shit. What did you do?
Yo, what are you doing to annoy the shit out your parents, right? Like, what are you doing? You feel me? But then, listen, man. But then you'll get people out here like, yo, but you don't have no kids. Well, I know it don't take much not to be a dumbass to raise these little niggas. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know it don't take much for that. You feel me? So, like I said, and another question is, yo, when it becomes to like holding yourself accountable and things like that. So had another conversation last night, and a girl we went to high school with, she's super conservative now, right? Like really religious, really conservative, right? And totally pro-life, right? So another girl that we went to school with who shows her whole asshole on OnlyFans,
Whoa.
right? She got kids and everything, got daughter, everything, but she showed her old asshole. I would shout out her name, but you feel me? I don't know. Anyway,
If she's on
so
OnlyFans, maybe,
so
what does it matter?
yeah, right. So old girl is like, oh, pro-life, pro-life. So the girl that's on OnlyFans, let's call her the booty hole. So because that's what she be showing. So the booty hole was out here talking shit. And she's like, yo, you not for abortion, and you had an abortion in high
Oh
school,
shit. Oh
right?
shit.
And she goes, yo, whatever, murderer, all this other shit. And I'm like, for me, I don't find it funny. And I don't find it funny because, yo, she might have been a certain way in high school, but who are you to put her
Judge.
business? No, not even
Oh,
judge, but who are you to? This girl got kids old enough to get onto the internet,
right.
to be friends with their mom on social media.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's a little too
that is
much.
what, and that's why Booty Hole is on OnlyFans showing her booty hole. You feel me?
Right.
Because sometimes that's the mindset a lot of people have, is booty hole mindsets. And I'm going kind of back and forth, and I'm like, yo, they're like, oh, well, you did it. Yeah, I did it. But just because you was a friend in that need, doesn't give you the right to put that person's business information out there to the public. Because at the end of the day, yo, calling somebody a murderer, can get you in some trouble.
Yeah,
Defamation of
that's
character.
definitely deep,
Because
especially if that person, nobody knew, and that person didn't put it out there
mm,
themselves.
exactly.
That's where you get in trouble legally. That
Exactly.
people don't understand that
And
though,
people
you
just,
know.
and you
If it's already out there and it's in the
but the thing
internet
is that
and that
these
person
women
puts
are
it out,
in their mid
it's totally
30s.
different. But when you put somebody's business out there,
Hmm.
yes, that is definitely grounds for defamation of character.
And if you're in your
And
mid 30s, why are you like, it don't make no sense. It don't
yeah,
make no sense. Like, you just gonna,
and people change. I mean, it's
yeah.
obvious people change. So, I mean, it is what it is. I consider myself to be Catholic. I consider myself, to be, religious, but I still consider myself to be pro-choice, and I don't agree with everything that's been going on with
Oh, we gonna get into it.
with
Well, we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it.
Roe versus Wade.
Well, speaking of that, right before we get into it, right? Yo, California, what they residents get, Miss Yo-Yo? Because I read somewhere where California residents they getting some bread, ain't they?
Man, they getting money, man. The governor of California announced that over 20 million California residents are set up to receive 1,050 as part of the state's inflation relief. The rising costs of inflation have Americans across the country in a near panic regarding their finances and the ability to afford basic necessities. But the state of California is providing significant financial help to its residents. For the 23 million California residents who earn less than 250,000 a year,
oh my God,
financial assistance is on the way in the form of the recently approved inflation relief package. New York Post reports that the breakdown for the package also specifies that residents earning under 75,000 annually will receive $350, and joint filers with a combined income of 150 or less will receive $700 with an extra $350 for dependents. Additionally, those with an annual income of 125,000 or joint filers with combined earnings of 250,000 will receive between $250 or $500 combined, with another $250 for dependents, for a maximum totaling of $750. That is the most that anyone receive. Sorry, the most that anyone receives stops at a total of 1,050. For the high earners in California with an annual income over 250,000 or 500,000 jointly, they will receive only $200 plus an additional $200 for one dependent, for a maximum of $600. Led by Governor Newsom, the California legislature reached an agreement of $17 billion to provide immediate relief to state residents who have been struggling to stay afloat due to nationwide inflation, especially since California.
So now, where they getting this money from?
I don't know.
Like, seriously, how is it that you all have money for that, but you all don't have money for things that make sense? You feel me? Like, but then again, I guess because Cali is so expensive.
Yeah.
You feel me? And because all the important rich people live there, I guess. At least that's what they'll tell us, right?
$18.1 billion inflation relief. That's a lot.
That's fucking nuts to me. Because
so look at this: 11.5 billion for tax refunds to help address inflation, 2.7 billion for emergency rental assistance, 1.4 billion to help Californians pay past due utility bills, 933 million for hospital nursing home staff, 750 million for free public transit, 304 million to make health coverage more affordable for middle class families, 439 million to pause the diesel sales tax, gas, 157 million to waive child care.
Only comes out to like 85
157 million to waive child care fees for low income families. Additionally, they are also increasing their minimum wage for all workers starting January 1st, 2023.
Oh man, listen, I ain't getting that bread.
$15 an hour.
Y'all ain't getting that bread. Y'all are not getting that bread.
And this is actually in the office of governor. I'm looking at this online at ca.gov. So that's the 18.1 billion inflation relief package. That includes everything that I just mentioned in that package. That's crazy.
Well, speaking of packages, remember Amazon? We said we coming back, right? A former Amazon employee from Seattle, Washington was convicted of hacking Capital One's database.
No way.
The employee was caught stealing social security numbers along with the bird of anyway, with the birth dates of over 100 million people.
Damn it.
Paige Thompson, 36, worked as an engineer for Amazon's web services and reportedly bragged about the crime on message boards and text messages.
Damn.
According to prosecutors, she used the name Erratic.
What?
Yeah, that's the name she used. To have access to Amazon's client data. And time out, man. First off, I want to know, how is it that you can get access to all of these people's data just by, it sounds like some Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah, it
with
does.
all the shit stored on all their services. Anyway,
Yeah.
one of the clients was Capital One, and she also used secure access to mine cryptocurrency in 2019. She was later arrested by the FBI in July later that year. Damn, during the breach, Thompson had access to customers' addresses, social security numbers, date of birth, social
Wow.
security numbers. Damn, they said that
Damn.
shit twice. During the security breach, Capital One was fined $80 million
Time out.
and settled a class
class
action lawsuit for $190
I wonder if I can get any money from
million.
them, because I have a Capital One card.
Hey, me too.
So maybe
And I
we
think
gotta look up.
somebody
Let's look up that.
somebody charged something.
Let's look up that class action lawsuit and
I
see if
think
there's
somebody-
any monies we can get from that.
I think somebody charged. I think somebody possibly charged something, and I might need my retributions.
Oh
I
my
might
goodness.
need my retribution.
But you know that happens, right? They do give you money sometimes. You ever get those emails that like class action lawsuits? Maybe you are
Well,
supposed
listen,
to get
I'm
some
already
money.
part of a lawsuit. You feel me? Shout out to yo, real quick, breaking news. Travis Barker, Khloe Kardashian's man, was just rushed to the hospital.
Damn, what happened to him?
I guess we'll have to find out. But before we find out, let's go ahead and go through your top singles for this week. Top Billboard singles. At number 1, we got our guy Drake featuring 21 Savage with Jimmy Cooks. At number 2, we got Harry Styles with As It Was. At number 3, we got Jack Harlow with First Class. At number 4, we have Future featuring Drake and Thames with Wait For You.
I will wait for you.
Hey, I hear that. I
love that song.
At number 5, we got Lizzo with Time, which is a dope joint, right? At number 6, we got Drake with Sticky. At number 7, we got Drake with Falling Back. At number 8, we got Joji, Glimpse of Us. At number 9, we got Kate Bush with Rolling Up That Hill. Running up that hill. Sorry, because I should be wearing glasses.
Yep.
But don't you all judge me. And at number 10, we got one of my favorite groups of all time, Glass Animals with Heat Wave. Jeez, right? With Heat Wave. So shout out to all of those folks. Miss Yo-Yo, were you able to find out what happened to Travis Barker?
I'm trying to find out.
Does anybody want to bet it's possibly maybe drugs? Anybody want to bet?
I don't know.
Anybody
I don't think
bet?
so.
No. Let's try to bet.
Over
Let's try
health
to bet.
issue.
Over health.
Let's
see. Health
undisclosed
issues.
medical issue.
Yo, drugs. Nigga tried to do a speedball and fucking overestimated that shit. Said, baby, call the hospital. I'm fucked up. Anyway,
no, look, in 2018 he was hospitalized and readmitted due to blood clots found in each arm. In addition to the clots, he suffered from a staph infection and cellulitis, a bacterial infection. A bacterial infection that can cause swelling, inflammation, and pain. Okay, yeah, I remember that there was a plane crash that he was in that put him in the hospital.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Damn, yeah, the nigga, he tweeted out today actually at 10:45 a.m. God save me. So maybe he was in a whole lot of pain. Damn, you think the Kardashians sucked the rest of the life that nigga had?
Well, I don't know, because I remember from watching the last season that they were trying to have a baby, and they were going she was they were going through IVF and all of that too. So
It's
I don't
probably
know if he had to take medication,
all
but
that ink in his body.
I know his daughter also posted on Instagram to please send prayers. I can't really find anything.
Mm-mm. That's kind of, yo, man. So then, oh man, there's a lot of questions here. Yo, we'll find out. We'll find out.
It says undisclosed medical issue.
Undisclosed drugs. When I hear undisclosed, instantly drugs. Is that wrong?
No,
Is that wrong to think? I
not at
didn't
all.
think so either. Yo, what's wrong with him? Drugs. Oh man, how you get like that? Drugs. You feel me? It's really not too many. It's not too much. But hopefully he has a speedy recovery, because that has to be one hell of a way to not even just feel. You feel me? That has to be hard.
Yeah.
That definitely has to be hard. So shout out to him. I am actually looking for my own version of why I wasn't signed, or why did I not subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast Crew on Apple Podcasts, which is what you should probably do as well. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And before we get into our fucking last break, real quick, before we get into our main topic, which is Roe v. Wade, right? Because we got some things to talk about, right? We got standing by is the urban commentator. Yo, urban commentator, where you at, man? Where you at, urban commentator? Where you at? I know he's somewhere. And hopefully we can get him here in the flesh. Urban commentator, where you at? I hear, is that you, brother? Is that you?
Can you hear me?
Oh man, we can definitely hear you. We can definitely hear you, brother.
Oh, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Oh man, well, peace and blessings to you as well. How's life? How's life going? How's life treating? How?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a damn shame that guns and weapons have more rights than women and black and brown people since Friday, when they knocked down Roe versus Wade.
Well, I mean, how you feel about it?
That's what I mean. Yo, man. Everybody look out. They gunning for Plessy versus Ferguson, and they gunning for Brown versus the Board of Education.
Oh no.
Hey, look. These are these Yaku's last stand, man. They go, yo. I used to joke with my older brother that they would burn this motherfucker down before they'll let a black man become president. And look what they doing. They're trying to burn this bitch down.
It is pretty scary because it makes you think about, like you said, what else can they overturn?
Yeah, they try.
What
Hey,
happened?
Clarence Thomas want to ban sodomy.
Oh
Now, I don't care about how people.
Yo, where did the urban commentator go?
I don't know.
Let's see if we can get him back.
Hey, read. I just send you the links. Read the article. I can't put it online right now because I don't know who's watching or who's listening to this shit.
Oh well, real quick, it sounds like they bugged your phone. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they bugged your phone.
Yeah, man. You know how it is, man. Yo, man, I'm over here by military installation that deals with communications and shit. So you know what's up.
Hey, I mean, personally, I don't, because you in your space. You feel me? And we see lights. You feel me? So yeah, it's it seemed like you looking.
You're looking up at the wall.
Hey,
Yo, man,
hey, it
I
be
just
like that. It be like that. Hey, your guy Eli, he took Twitter off layaway, as you say.
well, you see, one. That's why I know motherfuckers are listening to this bitch. Once he heard some darkies talking about he got shit on layaway, yo, yo, that South African said, "Fuck these Kafirs. I'm gonna pay my shit." And he paid the board 45 billion, and now he got his shit now. And by the way,
Hey,
people, Kafir is pretty much the N word in South Africa. They try
hey,
not to use that shit no more.
at least we learned an Urban Dictionary word of the day. Hey, were you able to check out those BET awards?
Nah, man, I am so tired of seeing black folks dancing. I don't watch white awards, and this bullshit with motherfuckers jiggling and dancing and shit. Yo, man, take your money, man. Yo, man, build up the community, man. But yo, instead of giving your money for accommodations to Paris Hilton family and to the fucking Mormons that own Marriott, buy your own hotels so you motherfuckers and resorts. So you motherfuckers, when you fly in, you can stay there, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Build your own shit, man.
Hey, that so you didn't like it?
I didn't watch it. Yo, I didn't watch it,
Oh
man.
man. See,
I didn't watch it.
that's for all the black people.
You know what I watched? I watched fucking the Stanley Cup final. So I see a bunch of white men busting each other up the lip and knocking each other's teeth out. That's what I watched, man.
Yo,
I watched
see,
pure savagery.
Mm.
and this is where we got to say things like, yo, the views and opinion of the we don't even know this guy. We don't even know this guy. We just saw this guy at a gas station and we thought this guy was pretty cool. He looked super militant. So we just want to let the man know that we don't know this guy. We
Right.
don't know this guy.
And
We
and and
don't
what
know
about
this guy.
everyone watching hockey? Is hockey predominantly white?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is hockey a violent sport?
It is. It is.
Okay. So what did I say that was a lie?
Nobody said it was a lie. Now that the man possibly has your location, um yeah, bro, you might want to slide, and yo, you might want to apologize to them good folk.
Apologize to who?
To the good man, sir. Yeah. In the words of Cole Brown, you know the man is listening.
The man is listening. Oh shit! I see some headlights. I see a couple SUVs. Yo, man, I'm gonna have to go, man. Yo, man, y'all be cool. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Yo, and like always, yo, that's the urban commentator giving you a perspective of news from an urban standpoint. And when we say urban, we just mean black. More so pro black. You hear me?
That's
You
right.
hear me? You hear me? So, yo, now we gonna get into some shit, right? We gonna get into some real awesome news. So, Miss Yo-Yo,
What's up?
I'm gonna let you take the lead because you're a lady, and I think it'd be unfair for me to take this over. So,
Sure.
go ahead and let us know what's going on here in the US of A.
Well, as we have all already heard, the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Um, the Roe versus Wade, it was a ruling that made abortion legal in this country nearly 50 years ago. And there are a lot of questions now about what happens to our society and in politics What happens for access to abortion now? Basically, the Supreme Court is leaving the states to decide how to regulate or outlaw abortion. So there are 22 states that have trigger laws in place that will outlaw abortion immediately. Almost all are in red states or places Donald Trump won the presidential election.
Dang.
The US is now going to have a patchwork of laws, basically. In red states with legislators controlled by Republicans, an abortion is likely to be banned or made much more difficult to get. In blue states, places Democrats traditionally win in presidential elections and control the legislators, abortion access will remain in place. It will make for a very unsettling round of new laws and regulations across the country. Does the court go further after other rights? Well, according to Justice Thomas, he wants the court to re-examine
That's
presidents.
Clarence Thomas. Clarence, right? Clarence, we know you,
Yep.
Clarence.
Yep. He wants the courts to re-examine precedents on cases dealing with contraception, same-sex marriage, and even same-sex sex. Other conservative
Same-sex
justices
sex.
say they disagree
Oh.
with that, but few thought that the Supreme Court would go even this far and outright overturn Roe. The Chief Justice Roberts, he wrote a concurrent opinion advocating for upholding Mississippi's 15-week ban, but not go beyond that because there was a rule, right, that you could not get an abortion after 15 weeks. You'd have to be
I
15
think
weeks
that's kind
before.
of fair, no?
Yeah, and the court's conservative supreme majority didn't listen. So they banned it altogether. So basically there's no telling what will happen now. And basically
The whole shit is very crazy.
it's crazy because also recently I've seen that the morning after pill, what is known
Plan
after
B.
morning after pill, the plan B, is also being now more difficult to get. um it's just a huge thing all over.
Listen, everything going up. Rubbers is going up. Listen, they trying to force y'all to fuck something, okay? That is what they
No.
trying to. That's what they're trying to do, okay? I believe in abortion, okay? I believe in abortion.
Yeah.
I know you all probably sit there with your goody two-shoe noses and stare down upon me with such disgust. But the reason I'm for it is because it's a need for it, right? Because what happens if your 14-year-old daughter is a little too promiscuous without you around because you can't be around all the time? You're going to force that young girl to have a baby?
Just crazy.
That's what you feel me? Like you're going to force these young kids into being parents when in return it's going to make your life a whole lot more difficult.
But the thing is that the Roe versus Wade, it not only affects obviously your right to an abortion, but it affects procedures like women who have an ectopic pregnancy, IVF,
Right? I didn't even know all that until
IUIs,
yesterday. I was reading like, yo,
women
this shit is crazy.
who are told that they are pregnant and their baby is not going to survive and they would like to be induced and terminate their pregnancies. It's just not just the abortion that it affects. So there is a lot of issues surrounding the abortion, you know. I mean, I just read on Instagram that there was a woman who had an ectopic pregnancy. She went into the hospital and they couldn't do anything because all of these procedures, they save lives. And with Roe versus Wade being overturned, it makes it's a life or death situation.
Wow.
That's how serious it is.
So CNN, this article on CNN says the decision is going to have significant implications on the Defense Department, the Pentagon said on Tuesday, but service members and other Defense Department healthcare beneficiaries will continue to have access to healthcare that cover abortions. The decision will affect the readiness of the force, as well as having an effect on service members, their families, Defense Department civilians. Um, this dude Gilbert Cesaredo, you already know I'm fucking your last name and possibly your first name up. Under the Secretary of Defense for personnel and readiness. This is what he said on a memo this past week. He also said that the military healthcare network would continue to perform covered abortions. Covered abortions are those in which the life of the mother is in danger if the fetus were carried to term,
Yes.
or if the pregnancy is a result of rape or incest. He continues to say there will be no interruption to this care. Healthcare providers will follow existing Defense Department policies, and military medical facilities will take steps to ensure continued access to care. So it it really seems like a lot of these politicians are so caught up in personal religious feelings
Yep.
that they are completely bypassing common sense.
Right.
You feel me?
And
And
then
law.
especially a right that women have held or had for over 50 years. Come on, man. That's just it's basically taking sides. Like,
Now, could it also be because there is a very young ethnic group among us that are trying to preserve their so-called dominance?
there has been a lot of talk regarding
I mean, listen,
the preservation
that
of
one
the
senator from, or that politician from, I believe it was Arizona, somewhere out west, where she said, and I quote, "Thank you, President Donald Trump, for preserving white
there you
life."
go. There you go. And they
The
were all
preservation of
cheering
white life.
from that.
That's bizarre. I think it's bizarre that a lot of men have these decisions, and there are also a lot of women that are, um, that are very for a lot of this.
Right.
And that's when I have to ask the question, whatever happened to women saying, yo, we for women, we're for this, we're for you. And when it comes to this, you're just gonna sit here and be like, never mind.
Right.
We're good. We're good. Trust me. This is better for everybody. This is better for the country. Now, like I said, there are definitely instances where, I mean, come on, 15 weeks. If you waiting 15 weeks before you decide to if you're waiting longer than 15 weeks before you get an abortion, then you deserve to keep that baby. You feel me?
Right.
Come on, man. 15 weeks is a long ass time. You feel me? That is over 4 months. That's almost damn near 4 months. 15 weeks. Like, you can't. Come on, man. Get your shit together. Get your fucking shit together. And you dirty politicians, you assholes, get your shit together too. Because there should be no reason why things like abortion should even be up for debate. Now, I will say, because of some of the shady shit Planned Parenthood was doing, because they were saying Planned Parenthood was selling off baby parts and shit like that. So when you got a spotty past like that, man, it's kind of hard to get people to turn a blind eye.
Yeah, I'm just looking at an article that says in the District of Columbia and 29 states that reported racial and ethnic data on abortion to the CDC, 38% of all women who had abortions in 2019 were non-Hispanic Black, while 33% were non-Hispanic white. And 21% were Hispanic, 7% were other races or ethnicities. And also, the majority of women who had abortions, 57% were in their 20s. About 3 in 10, 31% were in their 30s. Teen ages 13 to 19 accounted for 9% of those who had abortions, while women in their 40s counted for 4%.
Damn.
And this was all information according to the CDC.
Listen, our country, we might not be at what you feel we should be at, but listen, we are not living in no dark times. We are not living in no fucked up times, okay? We are not living in an era to where we can't live or nothing like that. We are really living in a more we're living in an era where, listen, you have to go out there and you have to go vote locally. You got to vote locally. Be careful on who you are putting in those seats. Black folks.
This is not the time for people to say, oh, that's why I don't vote. I'm not voting.
This is not that time.
This is definitely not
very
that
much
time.
so the time where you need to go. You got to, check out who's out there. Check out who's for the people. Check out Phil not try to yawn again. Damn, that's twice. I might have to.
I'm so surprised I'm not
myself.
yawning. And yawning is contagious, so I'm going to stop staring at you so I do not
Look at that,
yawn.
Because she feeling that drip all the way through. Girl, you feel me?
Definitely.
But yeah, listen, man. Go out there and vote. Understand the importance of midterm elections. Understand the importance of local elections, because you want things done locally. We've said it on this show plenty of times. Locally is what is going to get you what you want, and also outside of just supporting locally, you're going to have to also, whenever this economy gets back stable, if ever it gets back stable, put money into the community. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that is what's really, really important. We got to be able to do that. We got to be able to hold ourselves accountable
Definitely.
as, regular, schmegular, degular people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before you already know, we got this next sponsorship break, and then we're going to be right back to you. We're going to be right back to you. We're going to close out to you. You feel me? This next joint is from the Creative Hive. You probably won't see this anywhere, but you guys can go ahead and enjoy yourself one time, and we'll be back to kick it with you and say goodbye.
No, let's see you later.
Oh, see you later. So this next joint is called Animal, and it is from the Creative Hive, and we'll be back. Damn, you giving me the
we're still here.
The Jamaican bomba clot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Young ghost in the rave getting hate. Check the juices to the haters, see you later. Super fly, if your girl get near it, that's Cody shit, like you owe me shit. Thank you for my service, then go and mind your biz. See, I'm on a different pace. See, I'm in a different race, so watch out.
You wanna see after man I push him down the gas. Yeah, and you wanna say I treat a whole photo. And he covered down the gas, Yeah, much of everything. So you didn't see it? Yeah, you're too light.
See, double MG, understand, just know that's sweet. My lady, I'm crazy, don't fuck with my baby. Voodoo roots from the ocean's floor, that's why his wave is so pure. And y'all want more, that's wrong. See, I never been the one afraid of competitive comp, wanna romp to stop. Nigga, probably never gonna find another nigga like me. Words is ghosts, not to brag or boast. Listen up, I do not write. So you know it's organic when I'm spitting, right? So understand that the pen is nice, so on any night I can pin you something nice. Then charge you a kilo price for a kilo price, better.
You wanna see after man I push him down the gas. Yeah, and you wanna say I treat a whole photo. And he covered down the gas, Yeah, much of everything. So you didn't see it? Yeah, you're too light.
Hold up, I'm a lyrically straight throw up. Everybody better get down wanna blow up. Nigga think he nice till I show up. Terrorist float, if you know when I hit go. Running on the track like a boat, like whoa. Pass the mic, flash a light, won't see me coming. Crack, crack from the round, won't see me gunning. Suicidal thoughts from the pen I'm funding. Matter of fact, that I'm black in the back, all black in the white man world. Figured out how to get monopoly money. Cop the brick, I ain't trying to be funny. Check the check out, if it checks out. Double my worth on this earth, I'm checked out. Play with the money, I'ma have to aim. Switch the 8 with the M, no remain. Watch out.
You wanna see no after man a push him down the car. Yeah. And you want to actually a and take over that car, you know. Yeah. Most of everything. So you didn't see it? Yeah. You told lie.
Yo, that was Animal by The Creative Hive. And you already know. And this last joint is, listen, it is just a joint where it's just me and Miss Yo-Yo here to close out a little bit.
So
close out just a little bit. Damn, Miss Got him.
Got me chewing again.
Uh-oh, listen, got him. That's how you get them. That's how you get them. Set up. Anyway, anywho, we appreciate you guys stopping by. We appreciate if Phil got his microphone together. You dig. We appreciate you guys stopping by. We appreciate all the love. Shout out to the Urban Commentator one time, right? Giving us his very colorful view on what's going on.
Definitely.
Yo, next week we got the show jam-packed. We're gonna talk about verses that just happened. We're gonna
that's a
talk
good
about a
one.
lot of these R&B singers, new R&B singers, who can sing, who can't sing,
Oh, yeah.
what's singing. We're gonna have definitely a jam-packed joint next week. We're also gonna talk about, remember Giselle Ling or that Jeffrey Epstein? Yo, she back in the news.
Oh, geez. What's
Hey,
going on with
we'll
that?
find out how many years she got. You
Damn.
feel me?
Yep.
We got a lot of things going, man. We got a lot of things clicking. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe always. Make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you check us out. Spotify. Fuck, I don't know how we forgot to talk about Spotify, but yeah, make sure you check us
Most
out
definitely.
on Spotify. And yeah, so Miss Yo-Yo, like always, go ahead and let the people know.
Well, like always, I hope everyone enjoyed, and I hope everyone got some really good information. And thank you for tuning in. Can't wait for next week to give you some more entertainment. And as always, be safe. Take care of yourselves.
Oh, yo, you got to give the people like that little, a little positive note to leave on, right? You gotta give them a little oh my goodness.
Damn, you
Got
caught me
her.
off guard here.
Nah, see, got her.
Let me see what I got here. Let me see what I got here.
She about to let's see if she got what I got.
What you got?
Oh, stand by. You know what? I think, I might got it. I might got it. So you already know what you did. We are the Not Your Average Podcast crew. And like always, I am your boy, Philly J, not from around your way, but damn sure somebody's way, probably my mama and daddy's way. So shout out to my mom and daddy one time.
Wait, real quick. I got one.
Oh, shit. Damn. She caught me in the middle of the Go ahead. Take it over one time.
Stay positive. Better days are on their way.
Wow.
That's perfect for today.
Yo, that's beautiful.
And every day.
Because if you're having a rough time, tomorrow's going to be better than today. And if you have a bad day tomorrow, the day after, it's going to be a better day than the day before, So make sure you always stay in that positive range.
Positivity. Mindset.
Positive
it's a
mindset. It's a mindset thing. And you already know, like I tried to do before, I am your boy, Philly J, not from around your way. But
and I'm your girl, Miss Yo-Yo.
Damn, cuz. Hold on.
I just thought that sounded good.
Not. And I'm your boy, Philly J. Not from around your way, but damn sure somebody's way, probably my mama and daddy's way. So shout out to my mama and daddy one time. And you already know we are the Not Your Average podcast crew. Listen, we had an enjoyable time tonight, right? So shout out to everybody. Shout out to our producer, Capes. We appreciate you. Shout out to the urban commentators. Shout out to everybody that was commenting. Shout out to everybody on Instagram that checked us out. Please be sure to check us out next week on all streaming platforms, season 2, the Not Your Average podcast crew. We are here. I'm going to leave you with something that I saw at that doctor's office. So shout out to the doctor one time. We can learn a lot from crayons. Some are sharp, some are pretty, some are dull, some have weird names, and all are different colors. But they all have to learn to live in the same box. So remember, we all got to live in the same box, right? I got that long Arsenio Hall finger. Right? Anyway, just remember, we all have to live in the same box. But while we're living in the same box, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average podcast crew. Make sure you check us out everywhere, because we everywhere, baby. And like always, man, we are going to see you next week, and we're gonna make it do what it do, and we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Start up the phonograph.
Party people in a place to be. On a fresh style, let me show you. People's in a place to be. This is dope on plastic. Party people in a place to be.